Do it yourself. The story of breakneck. I don't live in your body. You do. If a pose doesn't feel right, it is down to you to listen to your body and back off. I'd rather you sit here the whole hour and just breathe rather than get yourself into a position that contradicts your well-being. That's a quote from me. That's usually how I introduce myself to a yoga class if I am subbing, or if there are newbies. Of course, I expect some or all of the class to slip into do what you're told mode, without regard for your body's signals. That's why I walk around the class to remind everyone to breathe and listen to themselves. I also verbally shock participants with strategic sailor talk. It's swarthy comic relief with a blast of truth that hits home, hard. It interrupts rigid patterns which we have created and opens up a door for a new way to experience yourself and life. Plus, it's fun. Recently, a great opportunity arose during a Long Island yoga class that I subbed for. Let me set the stage. It's mid-class, I'm sarcastically pushing everyone's buttons with light-hearted reminders while they move and breathe, saying things like, do what feels good. Don't push past sensation. If your body is saying no and you're ignoring it, that's rape. You're raping yourself. 3/4 of the way into class, everyone was in their version of shoulder stand. I walked by a young girl who was looking uncomfortable. She said aloud as I passed, "This hurts my neck." What could I do? How was I to proceed? She vocally drew attention to her predicament, and I felt inspiration coursing through me like a comedian during an encore. I couldn't pass this up. Here is how I responded. Okay, push harder then. Further. Is that all you got? I want to see blood. Are you fucking kidding me? If your neck hurts, then stop! Of course, I said this loud enough for the whole class to witness. Once all of the students noticed that the sarcasm was evident, we shared a great laugh. We are far too serious in yoga sometimes, but this opportunity was perfectly placed to receive immense value from the experience. Opportunity for enlightenment. It's the aha moment when you go from being unaware to full realization of what you are doing, practicing, and feeling. Call it clarity. You're mindful enough to realize a pattern because you see it from a new perspective. Yoga doesn't want to change you. It simply wants to make you aware. Why? Because that awareness gives you a choice. Before the awareness, what you do or think is just the way. You know the saying, it's just the way it's always been. But when you see another perspective, options open up. You actually create your own freedom. And what is better than that, America? There are always choices in every situation, but they may not be easily spotted if you've trained yourself to think a certain way. That's like feeling forced against your will. And the funny thing is, it's all our own doing. We create our lives every day by what and how we practice. If our practice is strong enough, it becomes a story. That story is so good that we define ourselves by it. It's our story. We can't detach. It is who we are. But is it really? You are the creator of your own reality. Much like the situation I described, yoga didn't hurt that student. I didn't hurt that student. She was hurting herself. Suffering is optional. You might have to experience your own painful motivation to help you realize that, but it is a choice. If you're not aware of it, don't worry. It will get louder. Hopefully, it doesn't get so loud that you're actually snapping your own neck before you stop the momentum, but you get the idea. The momentum is your momentum, your story, your experience. Make sure it's the one you enjoy, because you're writing the next chapter right now.